Tell our audience and viewers here, how have Indians' dream to fly taken shape in the past 10 years? How would you summarize this to start this conversation?
So let me tell you now the transformation of that over the 10 years that Siddharth has asked. Let's start with first the number of travelers in our country. Domestic travelers have grown from 6 crore in 2014 to 14.5 crore last year. That's almost close to 170% increase. What's my forecast? 14.5 crore today, by 2030 or 2035, is going to go to 42.5 crore. So you're going to see a 3x jump from where we are today. And why is that? Because the economies of scale argument has now stepped into civil aviation. So for example, one of the most ubiquitous items today in our lives, which we can't do without, which is this little box that we all carry around, which sometimes becomes more important than our friends and family sitting around with us. This box, when I came back to India after university in the States, when the first mobile phone was introduced, used to cost 1 lakh rupees each. It was 16 bucks a minute for voice calls. Today you can get one of these boxes at 3,500 rupees. Voice is free. The same revolution, the silent revolution, has happened in civil aviation. Today our fares are equal to first class AC fares. And why I'm saying first class AC fares is because the airplane by its very manufacturer has an air conditioner in it. So I can only compare it to first AC, right? So that's the number of travelers that you're going to look at. Second, if you look at the number of travelers today, first AC and second AC in rail is 18.5 million. Civil aviation is 14.5 million. But the delta, the CAGR, in railways is 5.3%, the compounded annual growth rate. Civil aviation is 10.6%. So in the next 7 to 8 years, I put a statement out there that civil aviation will exceed the number of travelers only limited to first AC and second AC of railways. I'm not talking about the whole of railways. Only first AC, second AC. Second, the number of airports in our country. From independence till 2014, which is roughly 67 years, we built 74 airports, average 1 airport per year. From 2014 till date, we have built 148 airports in total, which means a delta of 74, including heliports and waterdromes, which means 7.5 per year as opposed to 1 per year. That's the monumental change, not incremental, but monumental change. For this year, I have a target of building close to about 18 to 20 airports and heliports. Where is this number going to? Just like I told you about passenger traffic. In the next 5 years, I see this number of 148 crossing 200. That's the kind of depth that you're going to see in civil aviation. Third, number of aircraft. In 2014, we had roughly 400 aircraft in the country. We today have 700, which means there's been an increase of between 75 to 80% aircraft fleet capability in the last 10 years. Where do I see this number going by 2030, 35? Easily this number of 700 crossing close to 1,200 to 1,300 aircraft in the country. So the growth of civil aviation, both in its depth and its breadth, is going to be monumental in this country. I'm going to end my answer with one data point for you. If you look at Delhi Airport today, Delhi Airport today has 4 runways. Delhi Airport today has a throughput capability of close to 70 million passengers. By the end of this year or early next year, Delhi Airport will grow to 109 million passengers. Now, what does that mean? That means that Delhi Airport, in terms of throughput capability, is going to be among the top 3 airports in the world. So that is the monumental trajectory that we are talking about for civil aviation. And that's the way the country is going to transform from a logistic standpoint, from a transportation standpoint, from metro cities down to tertiary cities.